The other thing I want to find out from my clients, and we'll go through this again, but when we get there, you'll understand where we're already at, is I want to find out, can they focus? I just know, can you focus? And so I'll give them an instruction on something I want them to do. I want you to face me a little bit. And all I do is the magnetic fingers. I hold them up, let them come together. But I'm very specific. See, he's already, I've already shown that he's suggestible. He already held them up just from what I did. And that's what I'm looking for. If they follow what I'm demonstrating, suggestible. But also I need them to see something. So what I would like you to do, and I'm going to show you what to do. What's your first name again, Shalom? That's what I said. Cool, that was good. I'll tell you to read your name right there too. Here's what I'm going to have you to do, and then I'm going to follow you. Your palms will be together, your fingers be entwined. I'm going to have you bring your fingers up like goalposts and stare at the space between your fingers as long as it's there. Don't look at me, don't look around the room, don't look at your friends, just stare at that space. Are you ready to do that? Don't do it until I tell you. Ready? Okay. Bring them up. Magnets, magnets, magnets. Your fingers are magnets, and because they're magnets, they'll come together and touch, and when they touch, you can put your hands down into your laps. All right, my stage hypnotist, what do we know about that?
It's a physiological response.
Physiological response. They're going to come together regardless of what I say, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so you're not looking for them to come together. However, for him, I'll say, most of them are very surprised at that. It's like, wow, how did you do that? Say, I didn't, you did. You chose to not say those were not magnets, so your subconscious mind brought them together. That is the convincing part. And by the way, you just experienced hypnosis in the same way you'll experience hypnosis a little later when we work. But I'm not looking for the fingers coming together. I'm looking for the ones that don't come together. Because if they don't come together, what do I know? They are resistant. Analytical and resistant. Who did I say lives just down the road from me, and I see a lot of them? Analytical and resistant people. And I'll see them doing stuff like this. Oh yeah. Now here's the best one I've had. The best one says, well, I noticed that you're keeping them apart. Why? He said, you didn't tell me that they were minus and plus. I've got both pluses. I don't have to make, when you've done this in contact, you don't have to make up stories. You're going to get some really interesting people. In Tennessee, we call them weird. All right? But the point is, then I can tell them, if they don't come together, then I'll say, well, I find it interesting that your fingers didn't come together. You want to tell me why? He says, well, I knew they weren't magnets. I said, the whole point of this was for you to focus and not listen. Now, you're used to analyzing things. So when I talk to you, if you do what you did with the fingers, then you're going to get what you got with the fingers. Nothing's going to happen for you. Now, this is your 15-minute free consultation. We need to choose now whether or not you want to continue. So we'll try it again and say, all I want you to do is focus, not think. Focus, don't think. Because the idea of focusing is you're not supposed to be thinking. So those are the things that I work in. But when they come together, I say, isn't that amazing? Now that's what hypnosis feels like. The next one that I use, but I'm looking for the ones that don't, because I've got to discuss this with them. Oh, however, I've had two very highly hypnotizables. They didn't come together either, but I fixed it because what did I say? Start the space between your fingers until what?
It's gone.
Until they come together. I was just saying start the space between your fingers. I knew this person from other things we'd done was highly hypnotizable. They wouldn't come together. I said, well, I find it very interesting that your fingers didn't come together. Do you want to share any information with me? Well, you told me there was a space there. She took the first suggestion, the space. So if they couldn't come together, then there wouldn't be a space. So you got to be real careful about suggestions. You may think you've got the right suggestion. They didn't come from where you're sitting. They see it totally a different way. So you got to say things in a lot of different ways when you're working with people to make sure that it hones in.